Are you repeating the same cycle? Are you doing the same thing year after year after year? And you seem to find yourself just in the same position, the same people, the same drama with no progression. We're going to talk about how to get out that. Let's get it, all right?
Well, I'm here to shift that procrastinator mentality. We need to start acting on our ideas, working on our goals and our dreams. Then think about your attempt at greatness. Assess, reevaluate your game plan and your methodology. Take it to a next and a higher level. Then follow up by living it. That's what a boss is. That's what a boss does. Jefe Talk. Jefe Talk.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Jefe Talk podcast. It is your host, Jefe. Man, it feels good to be back. It feels good. Look, let's get a round of applause. Thank you. But overall, I'm super happy to be back. I want to, number one, thank all my fans, all my supporters, my loved ones out there that just been rocking with me since day one. This is going on, the third year? 2.5 years we doing this? But hey, I'm back at it. I want to jump right into it. I don't want to spend too much time on saying what took so long and all that. But I will say everything is moving in the right direction. And, I wanted today's topic to be about something we all can relate to, right? We all can find ourselves in situations where we're doing the same thing. We're dealing with the same drama, dealing with the same people. And it's like it's draining us, right? It's putting us in positions where it seems like we're going in a revolving door. And for the love of God, we wish something could just change at times, right? So when you're repeating the same cycles, right, we sometimes start to think like, is it just luck? Is it just our luck, right? We see some people always progression in their life. The main theme in their life is progression. And we just seem to just never could to catch up, right? Never could put it together, put the pieces together. And, what I personally found out in my life is that I usually repeat the same cycles when I'm not uncomfortable. When I'm not uncomfortable, I have to be uncomfortable. You're not going to be able to progress if you're not uncomfortable. But there's a caveat to that. Like we hear that a lot. Be uncomfortable to change and all that extra shit, right? But when you're uncomfortable, we don't usually have a game plan on how to move forward. So we usually retract back to our old self and our old habits, our old ways of doing things. So when we start getting into the whole idea of moving forward, right, we got to first start laying out a plan on how to move forward, how to create a different environment, a different game plan from what we used to do last year and the year before. So one of the best things that I'm going to just tell you off top helped me was highlighting the progression and the positive moments in my life. That's the first thing you have to do. Start highlighting and praising yourself for the forward movement you already had. Because what happens is you find your lifespan full of all these ups and downs. And for sometimes, and for some reason, we may feel that it's mostly down moments. We tend to not really remember the good moments, the good times. And if we don't take those good times and put it in a frame, put it on a wall, put it in a memory bank, we lose the feeling. We lose the moment of where we were at that time. And the reason why this is important, I'm trying to get you to walk with me with this conversation, is because once we're able to capture moments, capture good times, we then can remember the state that we were in. We then can remember the moments that we were in and how we even got to that standpoint. What was the keys and the intricate parts of our life that allowed us to progress to that great achievement that we did? And a lot of it has to do with your emotions, your feelings. You have to be in a good mood. If you're not in a good mood, I promise you, is not going to connect to that great moment. Unless it's just the luck of the draw. But for the most part, your great moments usually is connected to a good feeling. So when we bring that full circle, right? And remember, this is layers to this, and I'm going to talk about this in another segment. But I want us to start this series on understanding and learning how to not repeat the same cycle, especially if it's negative. There's nothing wrong with repeating good cycles, right? But we're talking more about the negatives, because here at JefeTalk, right, we got to think and move like a boss. And remember, boss is about having control of your destiny, having control of your lifestyle, having control on how you move and how you operate. And for you to do that, you have to be your biggest advocate. You have to be the strongest person in your corner, because you control your mind. You control how you think. You control how you talk, how you walk. And the only way you can do that efficiently is being a boss of it. So as I was saying, when it comes down to your mood and your feelings, right? We got to understand that moods and feelings connect to energy. I'm going to let that sit. Your mood and your feelings connect to energy. I don't care if you're religious. I don't care if you're an atheist. We do know when we plug something in the wall, what's going to happen. If you paid your bill, of course, that energy is going to go through that circuit, right? This is how human nature works. Human nature works off energy, right? One of the greatest things I remember reading was you could plant a seed in your mind, and your mind has no bias whatsoever, no prejudice. That seed could be positive. That seed could be good. It's going to grow whatever you plant in that mind. So if we take that theory and we apply it to our life, right? If we're around the same people who speak what? Negative, who talk negative, who walk negative, who look negative, that's the energy that's being transferred over to you. That's why they say your network is usually your net worth. I could tell you how you're doing in your life. I could tell you where you're going by who you surround yourself around. Start putting yourself around good people, people that motivate you, people that look good, they dress good, they smell good. They got an aura about themselves that just makes you feel so confident about your damn self. You know, that's one thing about me. I like being around people that make me feel good about myself, because I'm proud to be around them. I love seeing my brothers and my sisters doing good in life. I love seeing progression. What that does, that sparks and motivate me to want to do the same. So sometimes we can look at this so basic and ABC. Oh, I know that. You got to be around positive people and this, and that. But the problem is we tend to keep repeating the same cycles, and we don't seem to take accountability on why we keep going through the same shit. The second part is take accountability. Take accountability for your mistakes. Take accountability for the cycle that you are going in. Because if you don't own it, if you always are blaming other people, he did this, he's toxic, she's toxic, she's always doing this, and that. All you're doing is replanting the seed of that energy. And that energy is going to keep coming back on you, because you have mastered you have mastered on blaming other people. I don't care if you seen them did the crime. The crime that you did is that you around to see the crime. That's what we talk about. That's when we talk about accountability. You keep putting yourself in positions to see what they're doing, to hear what they're saying. You're learning their mannerisms. Even though you're not probably doing what they're doing, you're absorbing their frequency. You're absorbing their energy. So you got to understand, to not repeat the same cycle, you got to change. You got to change. Listen, baby. I'm trying to talk to you. You got to change. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to one of my good buddies. You know, I ain't gonna put him out there. And you know, he just couldn't move up. He couldn't. And I'm talking about all aspects of his life, from his career, from finding a good relationship, his health. I mean, you name it. He was on a downhill spiral. And he was like, yo, Jefe, listen, man, I see what you're doing, man. You a great motivation to me. You always got something going on. You know, this, and that. But I don't understand it. Why it seems like I can't get that luck that you have. And I think the breaking moment for him, right, when I saw in his life, right, when we had a conversation, of course, was he stopped envisioning. He stopped looking at what he can accomplish, because he couldn't remember the moments he had some type of accomplishments in his life. So he wasn't even putting out a frequency or a type of energy to absorb what it feels like to win. So his mind, his day-to-day, is consisting of reflecting of bad moments. And I picked it up because when I talk to him, when I try to talk about something good, a positive, he'll say, well, you know, just my luck. This might happen, or, you know, knowing me, I might mess it up, or, man, I don't want to get too optimistic. And I'm like, yo, bro, listen to how you talk. It's like you're setting yourself to fall in the trap. You're setting yourself to repeat the same cycle because you don't even have any enthusiasm about winning, right? I used to be so annoying to my friends. I still am. When I'm trying to talk positive, they be like, I want to hear that positive shit. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. That's how I operate. That's how I move. You know, I might have my moments in the morning until I get my coffee or something. You know what I'm saying? But I move based off good news. Even the good book talk about bring me good news. Spread the good news. Because when you spread good news, you're spreading out good energy, good positivity in people's lives. And that's what people need. They need to feed off of that. This is so basic, but yet we don't master the basic. I know people were chiming in today. People were listening, thinking they're going to have some magic sauce. Nah, I'm telling you, it's the basics. It's the basics, bro. We got to master putting out good news. And if we don't know how, we got to learn. I'm very, very logical when it comes down breaking down things, right? If you want to see how something works, you got to break it down. So if you don't know how to give good news, we got too much information out here to not know how to put out good energy. We can easily go online. We can easily go to YouTube type motivation, right? We can call a friend who's always jolly and see how they communicate. Like, come on, like we can do that at least at a minimum. So we gotta also stop giving up excuses. Stop with the excuses. I can't. I got this. I got my job is too much hours. My kids. I'm a mom of 3-4 kids. I got 7 baby daddies. Like, how does that work? But my point is, right? Stop the excuses. Yo, bro, my baby mama is getting on my nerves about my mama. Like, bro, it don't matter, man. It don't matter. You either win or you lay down. You can't fall short of the victory. You got to own the victory first, though. So as we get to a clarity and an understanding of how to get out the repeated same cycle, also take note of understand and define your win. Define your win. Are you going to win tomorrow? Are you going to wake up happy? Are you going to wake up motivated? Are you going to be the best boyfriend, the best husband, the best wife, the best girlfriend? Are you going to be the best worker, the co-worker, the best boss, the best manager, the best applicant, the best interviewer? Whatever it is, own your win, own your W. The moment you own it, you now are opening the doors to receive the ownership. When have you ever said, I'm going to go buy a car, go to the front of the dealership and tell yourself, I ain't trying to buy no car today? It don't work like that. You already sold yourself, you got the funds or whatever, and you about to go get that car. The problem is you don't have it in front of you. Some of y'all got to work on your faith. Some of y'all got to work on visioning and seeing things before it happens. Y'all got to take it back to your childhood. Just walk with me. Remember when you was little and you used to think about all the great things you're going to do when you get older. Every teacher asks what you're going to be when you get older. Right? It was a few little weirdos in there like, I don't know, just make it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was people out there that said, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a basketball player. Right? You got to start believing. Start thinking big. Think bigger. Keep in mind that same cycle you're going through each and every year is because you don't even know how to get past the capacity of your brain. Sky is not the limit. The universe is not the limit. You got to think past that. But you got to believe there's a past limitation. You got to believe you can get past those walls. And I'm not going to sit here and talk like it's easy for everybody. I know it's hard. You're getting hit left and right, jab, punch, uppercut, stepped on, shitted on. I get it. I get it. Don't let me go down my soapbox, but I don't even want to do that because I ain't trying to bring that energy on me. But at the same time, it's all about starting. It's all about starting, and that's what Boss Talk is about. Starting your new legacy, creating your new story, creating a new book of just great things to come, and be okay if there is any setbacks. Because you can't have positivity without negative. But I guarantee you there's some people out there that's seen a lot more positivity in their life versus negative because they are expecting more positivity than negative. It's all about your expectation in life. That's what it's all about. So I want to challenge my bosses out there, right? To reflect on good things. Let's go down the list. Reflect on the good in your life and try to put your mind back in the mood that you was in. Because mood and frequency plays a big part on what's going to be knocking on your door in the future. Okay? Also take accountability. Number 2, take accountability of your environment, of your relationships, of your exes, of your network, of your career. Take accountability does not mean dwell on how bad of a decision you made. Taking accountability is removing blame, right? Directing the finger towards you and saying, I did that. I said yes. I made the choice with no excuses. Because the moment you do that, I'm going to tell you, listen real close. The moment you do that, you set yourself free. You set yourself free. When you set yourself free, it allows you to reprogram. It allows you to realign and reset because the judgment has already been done. You already went to court. Remember, you already went to court. You took the blame. You got your sentence of bad decision. That was the sentence. Now you're out the courtroom and you have a blank canvas to be a master artist of your entire life. But you got to be able to clean the board. And the only way you can clean the board is accepting what took place. After we accept what took place, we now want to start envisioning. We want to start dreaming. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Nothing wrong. I always tell my friends, if you ever need motivation to think bigger, I want you to look at everything around you. Like even if you're listening to this in your car, your home, in a gym, look at all of the equipment. Look at all the mechanics. Look at the building. Look at the car. Everything around you was all a thought. It was all from an imagination. You mean to tell me that just magically happened? No, somebody had to think it. So if somebody has that same power to create the world that you live in, what makes you think you don't have the power to create the world you want to live in? There's no man higher or lesser. We all have the same ability. It is those that take advantage of the gift that was given to us. That's the difference. And lastly, your network. Learn to cut people off and put right people in. Some of y'all are too pressed to hold on and come up with excuses of why you have to hold on. If you want to live it, but don't complain about it. Don't complain about it because that's going to repeat the cycle. I know some people that don't complain about it. They own it and they just figure the shit out and they move ahead. It's because they're not focusing on the negativity about it. They're being very optimistic on their future. But for those that have the ability to change your network, change your relationships, change your job, your career, your business, I'm gonna give you some great motivation today. Just fucking do it. Just do it. Just get it done. Just get it done. No excuses. We already went to court, remember? We already went to court. Yo, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This felt good. It's been a minute, started off a little slow, but I had to get the little webs, cobwebs off of me. But I'm back. I'm going to be a little bit more consistent with y'all. I'm not even going to say a little bit more. I'm going to take ownership. Because that's what life is about. That's what being a boss about. Remember, JefeTalk. The slogan is act, think, live. Act on things that you desire, things that you want to do, things that you want to accomplish. Then I want you to think. Tweak it. Adjust it. Reaffirm those ambitions. Realign those frequencies of good thoughts and positivity in your life. And the last part is live. Live your truth. Relive what you desire over and over and over because life is about repeating good feelings. Evolution. Evolve. It is your boy, Jefe. I want y'all to have a blessed week. Until next time, you already know the vibes. Stay blessed.